Hi, my name is Emily. I'm the maker behind Crochet Creations, and I am going to show you my latest yarn haul. Alfred, you're ruining my shot. Hi, my name is Emily. I'm the maker behind Crochet Creations, and I'm here today to share with you my latest yarn haul. If you're new, welcome. I'm so happy to have you, and if you're not, I'm so glad that you're here again to see and learn about all things yarn with me. We are joined today by my cat, Alfred. Hopefully he won't get into too much of the yarn. Sorry about that. But I'm filming right now during my little one's nap, so I'm kind of limited in what time I have available. Just a reminder, if you really like this content, please let me know by liking this video, by commenting down below on your favorite yarn from my haul. And you can also subscribe, hit that bell notification to be notified whenever I post a video, since I don't have a schedule quite yet, just to support me and help other people find my content as well. I've got my big bag, my yarn haul, from a local yarn store to me here in California. It's called Fillory Yarn. It's in San Jose. I'm living in the Bay Area right now. We just recently moved here, and my mom and I went together. It's been kind of our tradition to go whenever we're in a new place together, to go visit a local yarn store or two and to get some fun new projects and just to enjoy having that hobby together. It's been really special. And so when they decided to come out and visit us in our new home, we made plans to go to this yarn store. So we went to Fillory Yarn. I really enjoyed this yarn store. I've been a few times just for my own personal perusing, and I've gotten a couple things there, but this is definitely the most yarn that I've bought from that store. In general, I'm trying to use up my yarn stash and be more mindful of the yarn that I purchase and that I bring into my life, so that I can only have those things that really are most meaningful to me. And I am trying to support more local businesses rather than big box yarn stores. If I do invest some money in yarn, that I put it into businesses that I am proud to support. So even though I did spend money on this yarn haul, I got some things that were on my to-do list that I needed for projects, and also things that I'm really excited for, fun things. Since I'm privileged to be able to afford going to local yarn stores, I definitely want to support local yarn stores near me. And so I encourage you to do the same if you are able to. There's some really cool treasures that you can't really find elsewhere. That's where we're at now. So I will show you what I got. I'll start with very first, something I have to have. Hello, cat. Hello. He's back. This yarn doesn't look like much. I already balled it up, but this is Cascade Yarn's Nifty Cotton. It's their 100% cotton line in the color Terracotta. I have not been able to find a dark, rusty fall orange. I've only been able to find neon orange everywhere I look. Everywhere. And so I was so glad that I could actually find this nice cotton orange yarn that's perfect for fall. And I'm using it in one of my newest designs, the Life is Gourd dishcloth set. So this right now is the towel. You can see I've got lots of ends to weave in, but I used it as the accent color and for those pumpkins as part of this pattern. So I really needed this specific orange, and so now I have it. I've used it as much as I had to for my pattern workup, but I have more left over, so I'll have to see kind of what I want to make with that. Another have to have, at least on my to-do list. I haven't ever tried this yarn before, so I'm really excited, but it's called Lang Yarn's Jowl Superwash. It looks like it might be a German company. I'm not quite sure. I got this color. It's this nice dark green, but like a little bit more saturated, but this is a sock yarn. And it even comes with some reinforcement thread, so that'll be really interesting to try. And it's perfect because I wanted to use this as a contrast color. So I've pulled up the yarn that I'm going to pair with this, that I'm using this as a contrast color for. So this colorway, Divine Yarn by Monica Grigo, and the colorway is Basket of Apples. So I picked up this, and actually the last time I went on a yarn haul with my mom, when we were in New York, when I was visiting her a few months ago. And it's this really pretty beigey pink color with some more maroony and even some green tints. And I started working it up for a pair of shorty socks, toe up, and I just didn't like how it was looking. I felt like the green was getting lost in the yarn, and that was like my favorite part, was that pop of green. So I'm hoping that as I pair this yarn with the green, it'll pull more of that green from the main color yarn with that contrast. And it'll be interesting to try the reinforced mayhem. That's something I'm looking forward to. It was a haul, let me tell you. Well, I feel like I had some restraint. I came with a shopping list. I got everything on my shopping list and just a couple extra things, but not too much. Okay, this next one I've got is from Madeline Tosh. This was a fun thing that was not on my list by Madeline Tosh. It's called Caviar Dreams, and it is twist light. So it's a 75 superwash merino wool, 25% nylon, finger weight sock yarn, and I love this yarn. To me, it looks like blueberry pancakes. It just seems so yummy to me, and I have no idea how it's gonna work up, but it's just so pretty to look at and like makes me hungry. I really love this yarn. It really caught my eye, so I got this for fun. Another for fun yarn that I got is an Emma's Yarn Crazy Beautiful Color on her Practically Perfect sock base. This one is an 80% merino wool, 20% nylon, so a little bit different makeup, but it's in the colorway Beauty Queen. It's got this really beautiful peach base with some pinks and purples thrown in. So cute. This is another one. I've actually been eyeing both of these colorways every other time I've been into the shop. I've just been a couple times, but I've seen these and I haven't grabbed either of these, but I've had them on my mind, and so I decided, hey, I'm doing a yarn haul, I might as well just grab them since I know I've been wanting them for a while. If you're not close to a yarn store, it can be a little hard to feel okay leaving something and coming back for it later, but since I'm close enough, I figured, you know, I've been thinking about it for a while, I can go back. And in most cases, I think you can find what you're looking for as long as you don't wait too long before going back. And I've definitely had FOMO, fear of missing out on a couple skeins that I wish I'd gone back for earlier. But there's always gonna be pretty yarn, so that's okay. But I'm glad I could go back and grab those skeins that I've been thinking about for a while. Back to the planned things. So I grabbed this Rowan Alpaca Classic. It's a mix of alpaca and cotton, for 57% alpaca, 43% cotton. It's in this beautiful berry color, and it's actually a DK weight mohair type yarn. And I have a design idea in mind for this. So I've never worked with mohair before, and I really wanted to. I have this vision of a blanket scarf with like a halo, extra little fuzzy that goes beyond the actual yarn. I just have this vision in mind, and so I wanted to try mohair. And a lot of times you can just pair like a lace weight mohair with a fingering weight regular yarn, like a wool yarn or something. You can hold them double, and that'll make a DK weight yarn combined. I don't have any mohair. Plus my blanket scarf, I want to do some color blocking. And so when I saw this yarn, I thought this is perfect. I don't have to hold anything double. I can just grab the skeins of the colors I want and play around with those. Since I haven't worked with any kind of mohair or alpaca or anything before, I wanted to grab one skein to try it out, find my gauge, kind of what fabric I like the best, and then once I play around with this, I can do some math for the pattern based on how big I want the blanket scarf to be, and also how big of color blocks and stripes I want for my scarf, and then I can guesstimate how much yarn I need for the different colors. So then I'm gonna go back once I play around with this, and I'll get more of the same yarn in different colors to make my blanket scarf design. So that's in the works, so keep an eye out for that. I'm so excited to play with this. I have another design idea in mind, and this one is involving some worsted weight yarn. This yarn is Malabrigo Rios. It's this beautiful fall colorway. It's got greens, red, orange, brown, like all of the beautiful fallen leaf colors. And the color is Piedras. So it's a worsted weight, 100% superwash merino wool. And I ended up getting 4 skeins because that's what they had in the store. And I'm just not sure how many skeins I'll need for the project I have in mind. If you've been following me since over the summer, you know that I recently came out with my Endless Summer Scarf. It is kind of a multifunction infinity scarf. You can wear it as a scarf in a couple different orientations. You can wear it as a poncho, you can wear it as a capulet, kind of just covering your shoulders, kind of like how you might wear a shawl on your shoulders, but you don't need to pin the shawl together because it's all connected. Or you can wear it as a nursing cover. really wanted to make a piece that could go from cute to functional in a pinch if I needed it with my baby girl. So it's really a nursing cover that can be multifunctional in different stylistic senses as well as functional senses. I love designing that pattern. I worked with some beautiful yarn on that pattern, and I really wanted to make a thicker version and maybe change the shaping of it a little bit for the colder months. I asked on Instagram, do you guys want to see fall colors, winter colors, if I was gonna make this new version of the scarf, and the majority wanted winter colors, and we're very excited about winter colors. I've been looking around a couple different shops recently, kind of browsing online even, and I just haven't found winter yarn that has called to me, especially in like a thicker base for the colder months, and I just having a hard time, and I feel like my heart is just set on fall right now. It's my favorite season, it has been for like my whole life. Couldn't fall in love with anything that was winter theme colored. So I was looking, I couldn't find anything. I did one last pass through the store saying, if I don't find anything now, then I guess I'll just have to kind of postpone and see if I can find something later on for this design I have. And then I saw this yarn and I was like, this is the yarn that's been calling to me. This is the yarn that touches my heart. I need this yarn to make something with it, and it would be perfect for an autumn colored infinity scarf nursing cover thing. My previous pattern was in sport weight, so a little bit thinner, and this is worsted weight, so I think this will be great for the colder months that you can kind of wear as your outer layer or as your outer accessory before things get super cold, but you still need something a little bit cozy. So soft and squishy, and just the color is so beautiful. And I'm really in the mood for fall. So I'm really excited to work this up. I just finished a few projects recently. I have more time to work on things, so I'm excited. This will probably be the first thing that I end up pulling out. I think the biggest thing I'm gonna change with my Endless Summer scarf in order to make a different pattern with wrist weight is the neckline. I had originally made it in a flat panel and then sewn it together, but I think I'm gonna try to work maybe like a circular yoke type pattern for the very beginning, so it sits a little bit differently on the neck and shoulders. We shall see. It'll involve a little bit of math until I kind of get it looking and sitting how I want to and work it up really fast. We'll see if I need all of this yarn or if I'll have some extra. I could always make other fall accessories, and I have a baby, so I can always make something for her with any leftovers that I have. So this is exactly what I needed right at the end of my yarn haul trip. So I'm so lucky I found that. I grabbed a few notions as well. I needed a new tape measure. I needed a few more knitting needles. I grabbed some Chaogu. Those have been my favorite to work with. I'm naturally a tight knitter, and I need something that's easy for the stitches to slide around on to help me loosen up my gauge a little bit. And so I grabbed some more a couple more needles that I needed. I grabbed Pom Pom magazine. I haven't really purchased knitting or crocheting magazines before. I figured I would branch out. As far as my small business goes, I think that one of the best things I can do is to widen my exposure. One of the things I could potentially do in the future is working with magazines, working with yarn brands, whether smaller or larger companies, for collaborations, and trying to get my designs farther out there in the world. And doing so requires some work to try to, grow my design skills, but also have my proposals for projects fit into those brands' vision, having my branding fit into their branding. And there's lots of companies out there and lots of magazines, and I didn't want to waste my time putting my things out there trying to write these proposals for companies that weren't a good fit for my brand as well. It needs to be able to go both ways, right? I figured I've heard so many great things about Pom Pom magazine, and I'm not super familiar with them. I was thinking that one thing I can do is to do a little bit of research into their brand and into their content and what kind of patterns they would be looking for, what's their style, would my style fit in with their brand. But I need to find out if it's a good fit, if it's worth the effort for me to try to work with them. I think that would be really cool. So I figured I would grab a magazine. This is their fall issue, autumn 2021. So I grabbed this so I can take a look at them, learn more about them, and decide if that's a company that I want to try to work with and collaborate with. So I'm really excited. It's a super high quality magazine, and the pictures are just beautiful. Looks like there's some like knitting and crochet, so there's kind of both. We'll see if Pom Pom magazine would be a good fit for me to try to design through, or if that's something to aspire for, or if it's just something to admire and move on from, if it's for me or not. We shall see. So I grabbed that to do a little bit of research as I'm trying to grow my little business from like 150 Etsy sales. I have a long way to go to become the kind of business that I want to have, and I have lots to learn. So that will hopefully help. That is my yarn haul, and thank you so much for joining me. I have lots of plans for these yarns. A couple fun things, a couple designs, a couple projects I'm already in the middle of that I really needed some extra yarn for, and I'm so excited to see what I can make with all of this. So again, if you really like this type of content, let me know down in the comments below, and also tell me what was your favorite yarn that I recently purchased, and we'll see if we have the same favorite yarn. Maybe you can try to guess what my favorite yarn was from my haul, even though I really love all the yarn that I purchased. Yeah, so it was a great haul. It was a great visit with my mom, more than just going to the yarn store, and I'm so glad she could join me for that. She got a bunch of really awesome yarns. Unfortunately, I'm filming this after they've already gone home, so I can't show you quite what she has. She picked some really beautiful yarns as well. They're really fun for her to play with. Please like this video, comment down below, let me know if you really like this type of content. I won't be doing yarn hauls all the time because I am trying to use up a lot of my stash. You can read about my experience trying to attack my stash in the description. I have some links there to my blog where I've been writing monthly updates on the kinds of yarns that I use, the kinds of yarns I purchase, and how I'm trying to be more minimal and intentional with my craft in an effort to use up the yarn that I have. If you would love to see what this yarn ends up becoming, then make sure to follow me on Instagram at Crochet Creations, or you can also follow me on my blog, www.crochetcreations.com, and you can see the kind of things that I'm making and how I plan to use up these newest additions to my yarn stash. If you want to see more of my content, please subscribe, hit the bell notification. You can also comment down below, let me know if there's other type of content that you would like to see besides things like this, and I will catch you next time. Bye!